guys, welcome back to Arts Creativity. In today's video, I'll be showing you how to sketch a realistic eye. All the materials I'm using are linked down in the description box. To start off, we'll be drawing the outline of the eye. The easiest way to do this is to draw an oval and then draw a little bump on the right or left side depending on if the eye is the right eye or the left eye. It's completely okay, and it usually does take a lot of time to get the outline of the eye to look right to you, and the extra minute you put in making the outline will really help you towards the end when you're sketching and shading the eye in. Now, since we've gotten the outline of the eye done, we're going to look to our reference picture, and the pupil in the reference picture is sort of to the left of the eye, so I'm just going to go ahead and add the pupil. Next, I'm going to sketch the iris of the eye. Now I'm making and darkening the inside of the pupil. I'm using a medium pencil and I'm making small pencil lines that point towards the iris. Now I'm going to make the highlights, and you have to make sure not to put too much graphite on the highlights, otherwise it's really hard to get them light again. Now I'm picking up graphite using a kneadable eraser around the iris to make more highlights. Then I'm using my kneadable eraser again to create highlights in the middle of the eye. I'm going to repeat the process of darkening the edges and then using the kneadable eraser to slightly lighten the inner part of the eye until the edge of the eye is dark enough and the middle of it is light enough. Now I'm going to look back to the reference picture and again use a light pencil to create the eyelid line. The next thing we have to do is shade in or sketch in the inner corner of the eye or the tear duct. And looking back to our reference picture, there are small highlights within the tear duct or the inner corner, and so we're going to leave those places slightly lighter than the rest. Now I'm blending in the darker areas of the eye as well as creating the top line, which is very dark on top of the eye, and also darkening my eyelid line. After shading in the inside of the eye, I'm making the basic shapes and values around the eye. For example, I'm creating the outlines for the lighter parts and the darker parts of the eye and also shading them in according to their values. To use a blending stump to blend in and soften all the values around the eye and also make the shadow to the right side of the eye a little darker. begin, I'm expanding on the values and shapes around the eye, as well as creating a border for my eye, like in the reference picture. Now I'm darkening the darker parts of the eye and the overall picture, and I'm also creating the dark lines underneath the eye. Now I'm darkening the lines underneath the eye, as well as the shadow on the right and left sides of the eye, along with the eyelid line. making the eyelashes of the eye. When you're making the eyelashes, make sure not to make them all the same way and all the same sort of facing all the same direction, and create overlap in your eyelashes. easiest way to make eyelashes is to create small, bold strokes starting from the tip of the eye. And in the reference picture here, the eyelashes in the top right, they're pointing outward, while the eyelashes towards the top left are sort of pointing inwards. I'm sort of blurring the eyelashes towards the right side of the eye as they are farther away in the reference picture and they are not as clear as the ones towards the left. Now I'm also going to start making the eyebrow. To make the eyebrow, I'm making small strokes with a fairly medium pencil like the eyelashes. However, I'm making them all in the same direction. Now I'm going to blend the eyebrows and then use another darker pencil to slightly darken them, and then go ahead and create the final borders for our picture.